And there's a million of us just like me, who cuss like me, who just don't give a fuck like me, dress like me, walk, talk, and act like me. It's just my beef.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. Is it audible? I'm asking. Fine, fine. What about you? Everyone? How are you all? That's obvious. It is obvious enough. Yes, yes. It is common for everyone because all these days you are relaxed at home. Whatever the position you want to sit, whatever the food that you want to eat, whatever the time you want to take the water, all happen according to your wish and will. Yes. Active. It take time now. Now also you can feel that, but it take time because all your body got adjusted to something for 1.5 year or 2 years. Yes, it take time. How are you all? Fine. Anuva, how are you? Samarjit, Ryan, Priyadarshini. Yes. Yes. Always there will be a problem that is associated to establishing or building a large dams. By doing or constructing a small dams, there is no problem. But by building a large dams, social problems arises. Okay, economical problems arises. So many other problems. Yes, which arises. Some people even fight for not to construct such type of dams. Yes.
Sir, in physics we know
Sir, in
study dams,
physics
sir.
we now only studied dams, sir. What, what?
Sir, in physics we know
Sir,
only
in
study
physics
dams.
we now only studied dams. Dams. Okay, alternative sources of energy, hydroelectricity. Yes. Yes, sources of energy. Yes. As I said, we are constructing a dam, so large area has to be occupied. So where there some agricultural fields will be there, villages will be there. All of these suddenly they have to rehabilitate or they need to go to any other places. So what the government people do is they promise some kind of benefit for such people. Either they give money or give lands in some other place. Something they promise, some other uh, some kind of a benefit they are going to provide for the people. But that has to be given to the people as early as possible. But see, 1970s Tawa Dam, which is built, but even that benefit not received by the people. This is again a problem, no? They are leaving everything for the construction of the dam. They need to get benefited. But even today, some people they are not getting economic benefit by leaving such type of their villages, places, everything. Yes, and even as a public, we are paying our money in the form of tax on everything. Yes, if you eat something in a restaurant, you are paying a tax. All these will go for the construction of the infrastructure, especially. And building dam also one of the function. So it can be done as a major function of a central government to construct the dams, or even state government also they allot some budget for building dams or any other infrastructural projects in their own state. Yes, association of central government. And it also leads to deforestation, large scale cutting of the trees which happens. So water harvesting, what do you mean by this word water harvesting or rainwater harvesting? That is a common word that we used to hear. Yes, what is the word? Water harvesting or rainwater harvesting. In rainy season, whatever the huge amount of the water that is going for runoff, we are trying to save it, we are trying to conserve it. Yes, we are capturing that water, that very specifically rainwater. Okay, we are collecting and storing that rainwater, which is basically going for runoff. Why we are doing that is so we can utilize that water for a different purpose. That is one. But a major function of that is to recharge the groundwater. Recharge the groundwater. So if groundwater is recharged, that water we can use in other seasons. Okay, non-rainy season we can use that water. And also we can reduce the floods. We can reduce the floods. For example, okay, if a slopey area is there like this, here you have constructed a small check dam like this, and after this there is one more area is there. Here some village is there. Okay, here some village is there. So when you are constructing a small check dams and all, what is happening is this whatever the rainwater which is going for a runoff, it is going for a runoff, that is storing here, which is storing here. Again, it will slow down. It slow downs the flow of the water. As this check dam is there or not there, there is a lot of difference is there. If this check dam is not there, then the flow of water will be more, and which leads to flooding that we can prevent. Yes, that we can prevent. Understanding? For different purposes, as maybe you may have a bore well at your home. You're using that water only for all purposes, domestic purposes, drinking purpose, everything you are using the same water. Or especially you may have bore well at your agricultural field. Then you use the same water for irrigation. Yes, providing water for plants, we call it as irrigation. You can provide it for irrigation, yes, throughout the year. Based on its availability. It's not confirmed that when you are having a bore well throughout year you are going to get the water. No, not like that. It depends upon the amount of the groundwater. If groundwater is there, then we can provide it. Otherwise we cannot. Yes. The difficulty with this topic is you need to remember all these structures. Rainwater harvesting structures are there. This you need to memorize. That is a difficult part for MCQs. Okay, for MCQs, you need to remember all these things. Some of these are easy to remember, but others are difficult to remember. We'll make an attempt to remember all these things, okay? All these are water harvesting structure. It means we are storing a water, we are conserving the water, we are preserving the water and using it for drinking or irrigation or any other purpose. Yes? Very, very importantly, Rajasthan, since from hundreds of years, they're doing this practice. But digging small pond, such type of things like tanks, nadis. Tanks easy to remember, nadis is easy to remember. But very specifically, they give this called as khadin. Khadin is a water harvesting structure that are found in Rajasthan. Yes? They asked this question several times. They asked this question. Rajasthan, commonly you can see a desert condition. scarcity of the water, there the people know the importance of the water. To whom you need to ask the importance of the water when they are having scarce of it. Yes? Yeah.
Made a PPT for this. Shall I send it?
Okay, you can share it in a channel. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Bhandaras. Thals. Bhandaras you can remember from Maharashtra. MH. Bundi is for Madhya Pradesh. Bhandaras, Bundis. But here Bundi is for Madhya Pradesh or Uttar Pradesh. This is your option. You can remember this or you can leave this also. Okay? Bhandaras you try to remember. It's important. Bhandaras. Next is Ahars from Bihar. Bihar, Ahar. Easy to remember. H-A-R is there. H-A-R here. H-A-R here. Ahar, Bihar. Okay? Pine is also they call. Himachal Pradesh, Khuls. Khuls are more than we can say they are water harvesting structure. We can say they are canal-like structures. Khuls are from Himachal Pradesh. Okay? Tamil Nadu, Eri or Keri. Eris are tanks. Yes? Okay, Eris. They're nothing but the tanks. They're from Tamil Nadu. Kerala, Surangams. Commonly for caves in Sanskrit we call it as Surangam. Okay, but Tamil also have taken from Sanskrit only, no? Or it is older than Sanskrit. If it is older than Sanskrit people have taken, or if it is taken from Sanskrit, it's a Sanskrit word. Yes. Karnataka, Kattas. Katta we call it. It's Katta. And the last one is Jammu region or any of the region from the Kashmir. Okay, Kandi belt. So all these are ponds only. Among these, I have seen several papers, several OT questions. They ask either Kadins they ask, Bandaras they ask, and Aries they have asked, Surangams they ask. These are four major things that you need to remember. Okay? Understanding? Make an attempt to remember all these water harvesting structure. Basically they are same. They are holding rainwater. They are a small structure. They are nothing but ponds. They are nothing but tanks. They are holding water. So for what purpose? We said to use it for other non-rainy season and use it for irrigation, use it for drinking. For different purposes you can use that water. Watershed management, same. Rainwater harvestment only, we call it as watershed management. Along with normal storing water, here we are even growing trees. Watershed management, even we are growing more trees. Okay, to prevent what? To prevent soil erosion. Prevent the soil erosion. Here both water we are storing and also land also we are using it again. But these are majorly meant for what? A primary resource. They are storing the water. Okay, and they are using that water for a land to do the agriculture. There they are growing what? Plants, and also they are domesticating the animals. Together we are calling it as watershed management. Migrating the droughts. Because of maintaining these watershed management or water harvesting structures, there is no chance or there is no question of drought, because the water is there that we can do. We can utilize any particular purpose. Floods also we can control. Downstream dams and reservoirs, their life will be increased. I will explain this with the help of all these points. I will explain with the help of a water harvesting structure that is there in Rajasthan called as Khadins. The picture representation they have given about a Khadin. Okay, it's nothing but a check dam, a small check dam, a small dam. Okay, I will show you that. We use another word also called as bund or a reservoir. All these are giving same meaning. Yes, a reservoir or a bund or a check dam or a khadi. But these structures are purely from Rajasthan. The name is given as khadin for this structure. Can you see this? This is a water harvesting structure called as khadin system. It's an age-old system, very olden system. As I said, a purpose of this maintaining a watershed management is trees are there here or plants are there. Okay, next is a bund is there, khadin bund is there. Within this the water is storing. When a good amount of raining is happening, that rainwater is reaching. From here the rainwater is reaching as downfall here, as a runoff. That water is reaching the khadin. Khadin is a water harvesting structure. Here where the water is stored? In khadin. So water is stored here. So what they are doing, they are constructing a bund, khadin bund they are constructing with the help of stones and mud. They are constructing this bund, or even they can use it as concrete, or even a sand, soil, stones, rocks, and by using concrete with the cement also they can construct this bund. As more water is going as runoff, otherwise if this structure is not there, then the rainwater will go as waste. But what they are doing, they are constructing this khadin bund, where in rainy season the water is stored here, and that water will be used for different purposes. Okay, here only you can maintain a cropping area. You can maintain a cropping area. Otherwise, you can cultivate the crops here. You can cultivate the crops here. Understanding? You can cultivate the crops here. As the level of water keep on decreasing after 1 or 2 months, then you can use the entire area for cultivating the crops. The purpose of khadin, anyhow, it is meant for storing the water. Other than storing the water, it is also helpful for infiltration. This water will get percolated, and that water is go as seepage, and it will recharge the well. Here, whatever the well is there, its water level will be increased. The major purpose of this khadin is to recharge the groundwater. Recharge the groundwater. Anyhow, they are using that water for drinking, irrigation, for every other thing. And you can see here the salt area. So when some water is stored here, okay, and very little amount of the water will be leaked to this side. So little amount of the water will be leaked to this side, and it will get dry. That water get dry, and finally salts which are there in that water will create a saline area. It's create a saline area. If you are digging even a fish pond, consider in an area you are digging a fish pond like this. Like this, you are constructing a fish pond. Some area will get wasted. This whatever the area I am drawing, this get wasted. It will become saline. It will become salty. So this area you have to keep it as a reserve. Okay, if you are having 4 acres of land or 5 acres of land, throughout that land you cannot dig a pond. Minimum half acre like that distance you need to leave it, so that turns into saline, salty area. Understanding?
So then the saline area is completely useless, or there is a
Useless. It's useless. Even a small plant also it cannot grow in that area.
but then we can take salt from it.
But how you can eat that salt? That salt is there in soil. We cannot separate it. Yes, soil only. It is soil only, but it is salty. Okay, salt saline area will be created here. That's why if agricultural lands are there, no one will permit you to dig a pond, fish pond. You need to take permission from your surrounding or neighbors. Otherwise, they will not give permission. Understanding?
Yes.
Yes. The major purpose of this is to what? Recharge the water. You can see this dug well is there. That is digged. Okay, that is getting recharged. So, by using a motor pump, you can take this water and you can utilize it in a summer season for cultivating the crops. That you can do, no? Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is an advantage of a traditional structure for holding rainwater is nothing but a khadin. Khadin. Okay. Earlier you have discussed about clay cups which is used to serve the tea. What are the structures are called as? Kulhads or khadin? Kulhad. Yes. Clay cups are called as kulhad. Especially in Varanasi, that side, Delhi and all, they give in that clay cups. I think I have seen here some coffee shop called as Mud Coffee. They give in that clay cups near Besant Nagar beach. Yes?
Yes, sir. It's called Kulhad.
Kulhad, yes. Understood this? The major purpose is to recharge the groundwater and holding the surface water. That is secondary. Holding surface water, they cannot do for longer period of time. Yes, because that whatever the water they are storing will get evaporated within 2-3 months, or they get leaked within 2-3 months. But that water in the well will be there throughout year. Understanding? Is whatever the water is there, it get evaporated very fastly within 2 months. But this water, recharged well water, it get used for throughout year. Understanding? The purpose of this is to store the groundwater. So this you can leave. Recharging groundwater. That is about the khadin structure.
Sir,
Yes.
so let's say that area is getting recharged after the rain. In this structure of the Khadin area is getting recharged. So is it like the neighboring areas will also be recharged or only this area?
No, neighboring also. If you dug a well, then you can utilize it, yes. If you did not dug a well, then it will be for a general purpose. Anybody can use that. See, maybe you are leaving some area at your home so that rainwater is getting infiltrated. If you are having a bore well, you are using it. Otherwise, any other your neighbor is having bore well means he is getting that water, no? Yes, it is in that way. It's general because so groundwater can be used by anyone, anybody. Yes, Kattas for Karnataka. Yes. Can you say other structures? Surangams from Kerala, Eris for Tamil Nadu, Khuls from Himachal Pradesh. Yes. In that way, try to practice these questions. What kind of a problem? Social, economical, environmental problems, all of these. What is this? Daiki is nothing but it's a water harvesting structure. This is also a water harvesting structure. Okay. Indira Gandhi Canal brought greenery to which area? In which area greenery is not there? Rajasthan. Okay. Khuls from Himachal Pradesh. Groundwater can be recharged by, yes, not a benefit of dam. Irrigation during dry period, flood control, year-round water supply is a
Sir,
benefit.
afforestation.
Okay. Actually, deforestation happens, no?
Yes.
Because of construction of
Sir,
large
நான்
dams.
first one தானி சாத்ராஹா
Yes, that's it.
அத்தியாபிகாம்
Yes, these are some of the additional things they have given. Once go through this, if you are having any doubt, you can ask me. Instead of going for constructing large dams, if you build any
Okay, sir.
small
Sir,
water
Bhavan,
harvesting structures, it is good. It's more economical also. That water can be utilized by the people.
Sir,
Yes, yes.
the electricity cannot be produced in check dam, right?
No, it cannot be.
Okay,
Electricity means large dam. What is the purpose of constructing large dam is to produce the electricity only. I have forgotten the name of a dam that is constructed in China. It's a one of the largest dam.
okay,
Have you
sir.
heard
So,
about that
second-
dam?
sorry.
So it's one of the
Second
largest in
வந்து
the world.
UM பரிசா
largest in the world.
சார் விதிரிங்க
Anything the Chinese want to do, they want to do in a very bigger way than anybody else. Yes, but whatever the studies they say is even they are slower the rotation of the earth because of
Okay, sir.
huge storage of water. It is
Yes, sir.
slowing the rotation of the earth.
Sir, China's dam's name is Three Gorges Dam.
Very gorgeous dam. Yes, very tall, very big dam. Actually,
So
it's
it's
a
the
large.
world's biggest
Largest.
hydroelectricity generator.
That's what. For electric generation, they constructed it. It's having its own effect. Yes. Even they are controlling the earth. Yes. So why we need to give importance for groundwater? See, water which is there on surface, water which is there on ground. What is the big difference is there between these two? Both are same.
So groundwater is below the ground surface.
Okay, so by water harvesting or rainwater harvesting, watershed management, all these things what we are doing, our intention is to store the water in ground. Yes, the purpose of doing or constructing all those structures, even the traditional structure on any other structure, is to recharge the groundwater. Yes, recharge the groundwater. That is a major purpose of construction of the water harvesting structure. If a water harvesting structure is there, here either it may be khadin or a dike or it may be katta, any other thing. Okay, so water we are storing temporarily. That structures are meant for storage of the water temporarily. By this what is happening? Is water is getting infiltrated, it is getting percolated, and which is recharging as groundwater. Whatever the water which is there in that water structure, we are calling it as surface water. Okay, if water which is there in lake, water which is there in pond, or water which is there in river, all these we are calling it as surface water. That water is exposed to sunlight, exposed to any other thing, we are calling it as a surface water. But here whatever the water which is there in ground, we are calling it as groundwater. Yes, this is surface water and this is a groundwater. Now we are talking about the advantages of groundwater. It will not evaporate because here you can see this water is getting evaporated, surface water, because of sunlight. But what about the groundwater? It will not get evaporated. Yes, it will not get evaporated. Okay, and it spreads out to a recharge well. If any other well is there nearby this, it is recharging the dug well or a bore well. Maybe we are maintaining a bore well here. So that is recharged by this groundwater. That is recharged by this groundwater. Understanding? It's recharging the wells. Okay, provide water for irrigation. Throughout year you can use this water for bore water, especially bore well or dug well water. You can use it for growing the crops. Okay? Drinking, you can use the same water. Bathing, washing, throughout year you can use this water. How this is possible is through rainwater harvesting. Only you are constructing a structures that can store the rainwater, then you can see a lot of increase in the amount of the groundwater. Yes? In Chennai condition only, this year if a good amount of raining which has happened, flooding also happened. This summer you are expecting more water problem or less water problem compared to previous
Less
years?
water.
Less water problem, no? That you can experience, no, this year? Last year also it is less only. But 2 years ago it's a huge water scarcity was there in the city. And in some tankers and all, they used to carry water from other states. Have you heard about that? Have you seen some areas in Chennai? Yes? Rooftop water harvesting, especially rainwater harvesting that we are doing, which is falling on the top of the roof, especially the top of our building. From that we are collecting the water and we are recharging the well. We are recharging the well. This is what rainwater harvesting structures we are maintaining at our home. So this is one of the way to recharge the well. That water we can use it for any other purpose, even for cleaning, washing and all those things we can use it. It also increase the groundwater. It also increase the groundwater level. Clear? Water runoff only we are majorly storing in this. Flood water. Okay, local stream water, all these we are collecting. Pits, we are digging, otherwise it is storing in lakes. Small earthen dams, small dams we are constructing. This is what they are given, a word called as dike. Dike is a water harvesting structure, okay, which is given. Either you can go for khadins or earthen dams or lakes. All these are the water harvesting structures. Yes? Limestone reservoirs. Limestone we get it from the soil. Yes? When a carbon dioxide is seeped or carbon related gases are seeped into water, which forms the limestone. Okay, that limestone reserve, commonly they dig that soil to take the limestone, which creates pits. In that water, rainwater will be stored. Yes? Understanding? So benefits are nothing but for everything we are using that water, for irrigation, for domestic use, and recharging the groundwater. So all these are some of the benefits. Any other advantages you can say about the groundwater? Any other advantage? Some of the advantages we discussed. It will be not evaporated. Yes, that is one of the advantages. Any other additional advantages you want to say about groundwater? It will be polluted easily or difficult?
So it will be very difficult to pollute.
Okay, little difficult to pollute now. Otherwise, surface water body. If a lake is there, pond is there, we are throwing some solid waste in that. Okay, trash and all. Otherwise, we are leaving the sewages into that water body. We are polluting surface water bodies. Yes.
Yes.
Like Adyar River or so many lakes are there. Red Hill Lake, it is there, I think, near Avadi and all that place. Okay. The lakes are there, but what we are doing, we are polluting it. But if it is a underground water, groundwater, it cannot be polluted that much easily. It can be polluted, but it's not easy. Otherwise, surface water bodies like ponds, rivers and all, they act like a breeding grounds for mosquitoes to lay eggs and to increase their population. But what about this groundwater? It will not facilitate such type of things, no?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Oh, yes.
so the like does the groundwater, for example, when the water is in the surface bodies, so when it's going to groundwater, it filters the water, no, sir. So we can tell that the another advantage of groundwater is that the water is filtered
Pure.
with its,
Yes, it is pure. It depends upon the type of soil again, yes?
yes,
But most of the time, it's greatly filtered. Maybe like, you can see one pond is there, a pond is there, that we polluted it with we have polluted that pond with sewage. Okay, near to that pond, like this you consider a pond. Okay, by leaving the sewages into it, we polluted it. By leaving sewages into this water body, we polluted it. The people who are staying or building houses near to this, they are using a bore water. A bore wells they digged in their own houses. Okay, bore wells are there. They are using same water which is percolated from here. Yes, they are having bore well. So from where that bore well water is they are getting?
from the lake.
From the lake only, no, which is percolated, which is created as groundwater, that only they are getting. But as compared to direct, they cannot directly take this polluted pond water or lake water for bathing, for washing clothes. They cannot use it by seeing that. But if they are having a bore well, they can use that water, no, for different purposes. They are clean also. That bore water is clean also. In a very rare occasion, you can see they are also polluted in very rare conditions. But most of the time they are pure. Yes?
Yes.
Everyone is in coma stage.
Okay, sir.
Not
Yes, sir.
replying, not
Sir,
interested.
pitch ana color dane, sir.
Yes, Uttapan. Yes. Anyhow,
Yes,
this
sir.
is not there for you for exam. That's why. So, coal and petroleum, these are exhaustible or inexhaustible natural resources.
The exhaust,
Exhaustible, renewable or non-renewable.
the non-renewable.
So they are exhaustible plus they are non-renewable. Yes, non-renewable. So their availability is very, very less. Their availability is less. Okay, their availability is less, as well as once we use them, I don't say that they cannot be renewed, but it takes millions of years. It takes millions of years to produce such type of products. Clear? These are called as fossil fuels. They're commonly called as fossil fuels, because by a process called as fossilization, we are getting these fuels. Dead remains of plants and animals are creating these type of fuels like coal, petroleum or natural gas. So we need to use them very efficiently to an optimum level. Okay, by using a scientific methods or any other advanced methods, we need to use them very carefully. Otherwise, they get depleted, and in near future they will get over. We're not going to get this. You can see the coal prices are increasing year by year, or the petrol prices are increasing monthly. Now I think the petrol price is 107 something. Okay, people stop thinking about increasing the petrol price. They are not thinking about it's rising, it is increasing, because their demand, they need petrol, that's it. If they suddenly tomorrow if they increase 20 rupees also they buy. Yes, it has become a part of our life. How we are purchasing grocery, vegetables, milk, like that we are purchasing petrol. Yes, have anybody seen the coal? Have you seen coal? No. Otherwise, if you are going for any other places, if you are staying in a railway station, sometimes some goods carries this coal from one place to another place. Have you seen? It's a rock-like structure that you can see, which is transporting from one place to another place, especially for thermal power plant. Thermal power plant. It is rock-like only, blackish, rock-like structures.
No, but
Yes.
nowadays we are using charcoal only.
No, charcoal is what? See, charcoal is when you burn wood, you will get charcoal. Yes.
Mostly we will use like charcoal. Yes.
No, for domestic purpose, anybody will use charcoal only, because we will not get this coal now. From where will get this coal? Coal mines will get this. That is not for domestic purpose. Industrial purpose they use it. Coal, charcoal everybody is using. Yes.
Yes.
Charcoal is nothing but it's a burnt wood. When you are burning a wood partially, then you will get a charcoal. Especially that iron boxes and all they're using, no?
Nice.
By using a charcoal. Nowadays also they're using it. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Domestic purpose we can use, commercial purpose they use. Even olden days they used to use it for increasing a steam engines, railways and all, they used to use that coal. Now they stopped. They replaced that coal engines with the diesel engines. Diesel engines are replaced by electrical engines now. Most of the trains are of electrical type. Even I said its demand is very huge because of thermal power plants. They produce the electricity. Maybe like in alternative sources of energy, you might have discussed about this coal. Yes? Thermal power plant, as the energy consumption is increasing, there is a requirement for the power. So there is a need of production of it. So every state it's having its own thermal power plants to produce the electricity or to generate the electricity. There they are using this coal to create a steam, and that steam will be converted into the mechanical energy. Mechanical energy are converting to electrical energy. That is how the process is happening. But for that they are using the coal. Manufacturing of the coke. See, coal, first one. By processing that they produce the coke. Coke is a secondary product which is made from the coal. Okay, partially processed. Otherwise, after processing of coal, you get the coke. And this coke is used in different things like dyes, to produce dyes, to produce the perfumes, or any other industries they use that coke. Coke it does not mean that it's a Coca-Cola. Okay? It is also blackish type of substance, but it is not strong as that of the coal. It is brittle, it is smoother, softer, lighter as compared to the coal.
So is it solid or liquid?
Solid only. Coke is a solid.
Yes.
Especially in these furnaces and all, no? Blast furnaces and all. Instead of using coal, some industries they use coke. Partially burnt coal they use. It is called as coke.
So,
Okay. Yes.
no, but normally an unburnt coal. So an unburnt coal gives more like pollution than that it gives heat. But normally compared to a partially burnt coal, it gives more heat than pollution.
Okay. Oh, that's what. Maybe. But I don't know about it. But as this is partially treated coal to produce coke. Okay? And maybe some of the chemical substances you might have heard in your this periodic table, yes? Benzene, that some of the chemicals that you know. Even to produce such type of organic compounds also they use this coal. Yes? Till here they have given some information that is related to coal. And about the petroleum, every one of us are having idea regarding the petroleum. Yes? Every one of us know. We are aware of petroleum. Everywhere we can see the petrol pumps, petrol bunks, yes, petrol stations we have. So how it is produced, from what it is produced is from crude oil. Petrol is produced from crude oil, which is thicker and very blackish, dark black color, a thickish viscous fluid. It's called as crude oil. From crude oil they are producing the petroleum. Not only petroleum, they are producing even diesel. Kerosene. Nowadays we are not using this kerosene. Earlier in rural villages and all, they used to use this kerosene run bikes also. Kerosene run even these stoves also. Yes, they used to use a kerosene stove olden days, but now we are not using it. We are not getting kerosene only. In ration shops and all, for poor people, they used to give this kerosene monthly 5 liters or 10 liters like that for lower price, lesser price. They used to give earlier, but nowadays nobody is giving. Even in ration cards also, ration shops also, they stopped distributing this kerosene. Diesel, it is used in heavy vehicles. Petrol in light vehicles. Fuel oil, you can just even remove this word, not necessary. Petroleum gas, it's nothing but a natural gas or liquefied petroleum gas, okay? LPG, whatever we are saying, that is a gas. And asphalt, whatever the blackish color roads that we are lying is nothing but asphalt, it is. We call it as TAR, tar, yes? We commonly call it with tar road, but in actuality it is a asphalt. Even asphalt is used to produce dyes, yes, to produce the organic compounds. It will be used. Okay, maybe you are having cars. What kind of fuel you are using for your car?
Petrol or diesel?
Petrol or diesel, yes. Some people, they have diesel cars which give more mileage or less mileage commonly.
So more mileage.
More mileage. Diesel will give more mileage. Okay, and petrol, little lesser mileage. Pollution also less. Pollution also less, mileage also less. Diesel is, mileage is more, pollution is more. I think nowadays every model in every company, you're not getting diesel engine. You're not getting diesel engine in some models.
Because of the BS6 norms.
BS6 norms. They cannot achieve that BS6 norms, so they stopped producing the diesel engines. Many models. Yes, this we are using as a fuel in vehicles. Wax, paraffin wax, it is also we are getting from the crude oil, and this will be used to make the candles. Or Vaseline, whatever the Vaseline that we are applying for our lips or our body, that is taken or which is extracted from crude oil. Yes, gas, that whatever we are using at our home as domestic gas, liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, it is also we are getting from crude oil. Lubricant oil, which is nothing but engine oil, whatever you say, you call it as engine oil. We are using for cars, yes, or bikes. That is giving lubrication to the engine parts. If someone is using engine oil or changing engine oil regularly, or some other person are not changing the engine oil regularly. Okay, two people, they have purchased bikes. Both of them purchased bikes. Okay, first person is regularly changing the engine oil for his bike, but the other person is not changing engine oil regularly. He's not checking. He's just only filling the bike tank with petrol. He is running it without changing engine oil. So which engine do you think will have greater life? First one, no?